Hello, and once again, welcome to Scopic Trading, where we are here today to give you the future daily trade setups for the ES, the NQ, the YM, and the Russell futures. We offer a risk-free 14-day trial subscription to our daily futures trading levels. It'll give you everything you need to enter the trade and exit the trade with a high confidence level, high probability level, and everything is sent to you via email or by our app by 9:30 a.m. All right, so it's a trial subscription, 2 weeks free. After the first 2 weeks, you get billed prorated at $25, and then it begins again at $50 per month after that. So, and you can cancel anytime. There is no reason for you to hold on. You get it, you keep it, or you let it go. All right, so let's get started, and we'll make sure we take care of everything that needs to be taken care of in the middle. We'll go right quick to our disclaimer here. Please be advised that Scopic Trading is not a licensed financial advisor or registered investment advisor, and this material has been prepared for entertainment and informational purposes only, and is not intended to be relied upon as investment, financial, accounting, tax, legal, regulatory, or similar advice, and it is not an endorsement of any provider, product of any such kind. So we know how that goes. Just want to take care of that. Let's get to the material, and let's start with the way we start every day. We start with our email. Our email goes out, like you see here, before 9:30 a.m. Sometimes it's 9:15, 9:16, 9:20, 9:20, but it's all before 9:30, before the market opens, and we get our levels. We first start with a NASDAQ level, price about 25,000, 25,024 is our NASDAQ level that we were looking at on Tuesday for the longs. On the long side, I don't think we got any longs on that on the NASDAQ. Then we got the short side of 24,977 was our other level, and on the short side, so basically you're playing a break above the level. It doesn't necessarily have to close, or break below the level. You don't necessarily have to close, but you must manage your risk accordingly. And then you got your Dow Jones levels above 46,790 and below 46,721. And you got your ES levels of 6754, and your targets. And let's not forget the targets. You got your level and your targets. Targets may be 2 points away on the NASDAQ. On the S&P, it may be 30 points away. It all depends on what the market gives us. We just follow the market's volatility and the market movements, and we do the same for all four markets. So there you have it. Now, once the day is over and the trades have been triggered, and again, there's a maximum of 2 trades per market per day, and that could be long and or short. Okay, so you may get one long and one short. What we do is we come back and we show you exactly what transpired on our results video, the results email, this is the results video as well. And you see the NASDAQ took a short, hit all targets. The YM took a short, hit all targets. It also took a long, triggered a long and hit one target. And the ES took a long, and it's a bit of a fake out, hit one target at least. So worst case scenario on that, you could have been break even, maybe taking a little bit profit off the table. And then we had the S&P short, hit all targets. Then the Russell hit long, hit all targets. And we had a short later in the day that hit no targets. That was the only losing trade on the day. We'll take a look at the chart to see how that transpired. Well, let's take a look first at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ was a strong bearish day. We dropped below real strong here, and it just kept going and going and going. The first 2 targets were hit within the first 5 minutes, and then the last target was hit within the first 25 minutes, and it just went sideways, but then it fell off a cliff. As you can see, this consolidation in here is some of the things that we look for in trading. Consolidation and a drop below. Let me get my little pen out here, and you can, what did you just do? That's not what I wanted. Where do we go? Oh, there we are. Okay, so my chart is back. I just need to get my pen out, and we see here a little cliff drop on the NASDAQ. Then we move right along to the Dow, and you see the Dow had a nice, strong, powerful move up. Really nice move up at 9:30, and just kept going. Hit all three targets within the first minute, first 5 minute candle anyway, and then it just kept going. That's the strongest move that you can ever ask for. It just kept going, broke our level, and we just kept going. Then we came back down, kept trending, and we didn't get short until 12:10. Came back up, and as you can see, it rallied back up, and this was a strong support. Went back into resistance, but we got stopped out right there. That's the trigger to go back long, so that's a stop out. So the other two targets didn't hit, even though it came back down and did it again. You could have tested this again, but we take a maximum of 2 trades to control risk and control our emotions, because you could be back and forth, because the market could have you dancing around if you allow it to do so. All right, so the longs were successful. There's one target on the short side on the Dow, and then we go on to our S&P. The S&P was triggered long, went up, faked us out here, and hit that first, but hit the first target. So you could have moved to break even, got 2.25 points on the S&P, and that would have been nice. And we just basically failed there. And this, obviously, it was waiting for correlation with the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq and the ES usually follow each other, and when they do, they're very strong. And you can see here, break that line, and then basically came here and got stopped, got that resistance here on this in this area right here, and just followed itself all the way back down once again, and just kept going. And then we kept going again to the Russell, and the Russell did the same thing, break above here at 9:25, hit that first target, the first 2 targets of the first 5 minutes, and kept going strong again. The Russell and the Dow sometimes correlate, not all the time, sometimes correlate, but then we came back later in the day. You saw this big drop, and our level was triggered down here, unfortunately late in the day at 2:15, but we did not get the follow through. This went sideways for the remainder of the day, so those last 3 targets were not hit. Now what does that mean for us? Statistically, it means quite a bit. So on the Nasdaq, you see the first 4 targets, all 4 targets were hit on the Nasdaq, and we do target 1, target 2, target 3, and you can look at all of these points, and it's well over 100 points if you had 4 contracts. But that's not an advised way to go. It obviously depends on your account size, but you have to understand your risk, and that's is really your responsibility. But you had the potential on both days to do very, very well if you took the trade and went to 4 targets. Then we get in here, we have our Dow long triggered and did very well on the long side, and that could have been the end of your day had you sized correctly, and if your targets are hit on that financially. And then moving right along, we had the short trade came in, and that short trade just hit that first target. Worst case scenario, you could have taken off a little bit of profit and then went to break even. And then we went to the ES. The ES had 2 trades. The first trade, again, I said, basically hit that first target. And once again, the first target has been a very, very powerful target. It's there 80% of the time you're going to see that first target hit. So worst case scenario, what we're looking for is that first target, and you can move your stop to break even. Again, it depends on your style of trading, and obviously you're not going to get the full-blown profit here, but that helps to know that that first target has a high probability. And then the second trade did all 3. It was a complete cliff sell-off. And then the Russell, that came in, and we see this was the only one that didn't hit the first target for the day, but that first trade also was a big mover, just like the Dow. So pretty strong day. 85% winner. 6 out of 7 trades hit the first target. The second target, like I said, is going to be less of a probability of high win rate or higher win rate than the first target. The first target is going to be the highest win rate, second target is going to be the second highest, and the third target is going to be the third highest, obviously, because you're looking for more profit. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Now, we didn't talk much about the news, but on the news side, we had a couple of flash news events there, and Powell spoke about 12:30, and that may be the reason why the market fell off a cliff, because we did preempt that the day before that he was speaking, and this can basically look at what happened on the charts that'll tell us that, hey, maybe this guy was the cause of this sell-off, and he was not sure what he said, was not watching him speak, but just understanding that. And finally, just so you guys know, we do offer a risk-free trial. We are also offering a 30-minute consultation for those that are looking to learn how to trade and move forward in this trading world with assistance. You can't do this by yourself. You definitely need the Lord on your side, and you need a mentor. We are here to help you, even if it's just for a free consultation, just to discuss plans and no obligation whatsoever. We want to earn your support. We want to earn your respect, and we want to treat you fair. All right. So until next time, trade safe, take care, God bless, and bye bye.